Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Together for Victory as Australia under the new Dominion system, where we are playing as a soon-to-be fascist Australia. So we obviously, but the only thing I'm going to regret about this is we're going to lose. We're going to lose part of this Commonwealth research, which is going to suck. But I mean, we don't want another Gallipoli, ladies and gentlemen. We don't. Also, we can now upgrade our cabinet. So I mean, the first I may think I may build is hopefully like a war industrialist. No, I want to. Is there like a normal industrialist? No, we don't. So I think I'm gonna get industry tech done quick first, because the sooner we get industry tech, the better, in my opinion. So yes, but ladies and gentlemen, we are just gonna be running with the shit. We're just gonna see how everything goes. We're gonna run with it. So if it goes well, it goes well. If we die, we die. I mean, I'm not gonna be great at Australia. I'm not the best with this small of a faction. Give me Belgium, give me Norway, Netherlands, give me Denmark. I'm all right, but anyone else, yeah, I'm not the best. How are you doing, New Zealand? You're gonna be mine soon enough. Because under the fascist system, we don't actually seem to leave the system until about here or here. Which I think, I've just realized, if I become friends with Japan, we could probably take out the entirety of this region together. Also, Manchukuo is back. That's awesome. They're actually, like, it's like Hoi 2 now. God, I've missed those fuckers. You actually look really dapper as well, so well done. Not as dapper as... Nah, actually, okay, we don't look that dapper, to be fair. We look pretty undapper. But yes, we're currently building our industry up and our infrastructure, because of the fact that well, we do not start in the most forgiving position. We do start with 2 wastelands. We start with some rural, some developed rural, and some dense urban. And what's this? Still just rural, and that's pastoral. We have some pastoral regions as well. So we don't start with the most useful per se stuff. Currently trying to get our people out, and the Great Depression will be countered with the researching of this. So the only thing we have to do with then is the consumer aspect, which we deal with once we the world gets about 20% war tension. If we can start dealing with it. And there we go, construction 1, which is going to help our constructions like leagues. It's going to league ahead our extraction. We're also going to get electromechanical engineering, because they're like just extremely useful anyway. So yes, that's what we'll do. How is the Axis just? Yeah, the Axis is just Japan, Germany at the moment. So they currently have they got? They should have a new. Yes, they are. They've got a new tree. Okay, I'm looking forward to playing as Germany, because oh my god, they have a brand new fucking tree. It looks beautiful. So streamlined, so beautiful. I mean, I kind of liked the massive tree, but. You now have these, so it's not really a problem. Kind of want to play as Germany. Yeah, I'm definitely going to probably play against Germany again. So that's nice. Oh, fuck. What? Don't do that to me, game. Don't make me think I got annexed. Jesus Christ. So it's going to be June 1940. That was not a quick enough... that did not speed that up at all, really. The only thing that's going to do is not really much, so... The thing what we're going to need is, yeah, we're going to need the South Australian Housing Trust and the Allied Workers' Council. That's 6 more factories overall. So that's going to be useful. Then we can do, hopefully what they will get there. But I think we're going to have to do another Gallipoli beforehand, too soon. I think we're going to have to do that after we get probably South Trust, maybe, or South Australian Trust, just to make sure no one calls us in. Anyway, we'll do South Australian Housing Trust. South Australia needs more industry and investment, so it'll dedicate resources to a series of planned communities and housing improvements, especially around Adelaide. Which is about... Where is Adelaide? I do not actually know where Adelaide is. Here it is. On the edge of Victoria. So that makes my life a little easier. I know what that is now. We've got deserts all the way over here. We've got some nice forests. Got some nice hills. We got some good terrain. I mean, I've just realized I could use Can I lay my men into I could use Malaya as a reason to attack Siam. So I may stick under the allies and take out Siam and maybe a few others, but I'm definitely taking out Siam. Just because that's, I've now realised that's a possibility, so we'll just become fascist, justify, kill them, and no one will be able to say anything because we're in the Allies, and the Allies can't kick us out, I don't think. Actually, I hope they did add that, if they've been able to kick out people, because if they did, that's going to make this way more interesting. You can now request land leases, like you can request much needed equipment. Like I can ask my overlord for I can ask anyone really, I think in the Allies, to give me some supplies. Yep, they are now giving us 10% of their rifle mark number 4s per month. And leadership purchase in the Soviet Union. Oh no, that's depressing. Which means we're now getting a few more guns per week, which is great. I think they're actually a tech ahead of us, aren't they? Oh sweet, they actually have got names now. The Owen gun, the Electrolux SML car. It's a carbine, I'm pretty sure. That's why it's got car. The tanks have all names as well. We've known for ages. Let's get some. I think I'm gonna get my sport weapons done now, just to make sure. But we can now build even more factories in our states. Okay, in 2 states. So I'll definitely focus on not military. I didn't mean to do military. There we go. We'll focus on that, and we'll bring them to the top so we can get them done sooner. So Siam, how many men do you have? You have 3 to 5, and you have some spare factories. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna prepare that straight away. I'm gonna get a spearhead to here, and then a slow front after the spearhead to like there. So we'll do offensive push. Oh, okay, that's not actually a good offensive push. That's still not good. Okay, so we'll do there. There. Okay, so that didn't work. So let's this is becoming a bit of a pain. There we go. And then to here. Still missing. That's taken. Right, so it's not missing anyway this time. And then we do a slow offensive front around here. Yeah, that'll work perfect. We're also going to make sure my army's aggressive, because aggression always works. So once my men have got the equipment, we'll let them loose. How many artillery do they get for this? 24. So we could actually do that if we had enough infantry, army experience. So that's good to know. Right, so let's go on let's go on 5 speed. There's no reason for us to be on any lower at the moment. We're not actually doing anything. Shouldn't be long until we can become free, so that's good. I'll be a few years, but that's not long really. And actually, that is quite a long time in Heaqrts of Iron IV. So we're gonna get I think I'm gonna get mechanical computing to get that research time down, and also lead my segue into my favorite techs. Decryption and encryption, so that's good. So these 7 divisions will hopefully be enough to destroy the assholes in Siam. I don't know why I'm calling them assholes, like, we don't really need to attack them, I'm just going to. The Treaty of Addis Ababa. So Ethiopia was wrecked by Mussolini, so that's pretty obvious really. They've delivered 146 weapons to me. Which is so kind. And now we've done the South Australian Housing Trust. So I think we're going to get Allied Workers Council before we we start to sever our ties. So yes, Department of Supply and Development. In wartime, we need a special department to handle logistical and supply matters. Ammunition, fuel supplies, and everything necessary to keep an army on the move. So we're going to get that done. In 20 days, we can get another thing done. So I'm probably going to get probably a quartermaster general. No, sorry, a war industrialist, sorry. Yes, war industrialist. Or maybe... No, fuck it, we're going to continue getting theorists, a research and production, and maybe... No, we'll get a military... Oh, I don't know. So many options, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many options. Can I get a better economy, like early mobilization? No. Must be fascist or more world tension than 5%, so... let's just get a new theorist. Let's get us a... we're going to get our infantry equipment designer. Because infantry equipment is definitely the bread and butter in this world. I'm also going to get my close air support into Siam. Oh, Singapore, sorry. To be near Siam. And then we're going to get ready for this. These spearheads hopefully will work the way I hope they do. Like I will probably use spearheads just to make sure I take everything. And use them as like when I use small divisions, just using to break through really quickly. The only reason I'm using them there is because they should hopefully, if by the description, they should hopefully smash really quickly up there. So we've currently got 2 factories building, which is cutting the time down by 2 years, which is great. So we'd like to cut that down a bit more by getting even more factories, or getting rid of the national spirit, Great Depression. Words, ladies and gentlemen, words. You hear them, and I say them. Yes, we got Vickers MG and Stoker's mortars. So these now have names now. That's pretty bitchin'. It's pretty weird now, actually, to see them have names. Let's get the Ford F30 AP, because we're going to need that for war. And the Department of Supply and Development is done. Oh shit, we can't do this until we get the Civil Construction Code. Well, then we're going down to never another oligopoly. The only way to show that Australia is not drawn into a further costly wars through sentiment is to take complete control of our foreign policy. We need no distant king and cannot afford ancient blood ties, pulling us in conflicts that do not serve our interests. So, that's it. We have stepped onto the precipice of becoming fascist, or at the very least, leaving the Commonwealth, which is a great step for us, in my opinion. Can I have even more guns, please? Can I just have everything? Thank you. So hopefully they're now giving me more shit, which is nice of them. Yes, and we're just speeding through because there's nothing really to do at the moment. We can't justify wars at the moment. The world tension's actually going down, so that's different. It doesn't really happen too often. There's only one major power in the Allies currently. Great Britain. So it wouldn't actually be too hard to beat the Great British Empire at the moment, in my opinion. I mean, we definitely couldn't do it as Australia yet. So we'll have to see what we can do. Especially as we only have 67,000 men. It's not exactly a lot, is it? So that'll add 200 to our Dominion scale, which is actually going down, which is interesting. Because I am asking them for stuff. France and Britain announced a line. Oh, great. Of course they do. And never another Gallipoli. So we've now gone for this way. So we're actually going to go straight into abandoning the Westminster system. So change in population of fascists and communists gains the national spirit, abandon Westminster, which gains daily autonomy +1 and daily democracy. So basically this is going to force us out of the thing. So though the Westminster Parliament is our inheritance from the Great Britain, it has outlived its usefulness in the modern era. Cabinet disagreements and party rivalries have done little to help stabilise Australia through the recent economic crisis. Australia seeks distance from the Commonwealth. This is new. In the speech this morning, Prime Minister John Curtin announced the Australian government dedication to growth and stability as an oceanic state. This means looking to new shores than those of Britain to Europe, as Australian people can no longer bear the weight of foreign conflict on their shoulders. In a direct reference to the King's speech at the open of the last Parliament, John Curtin hit the point home by stating, "Never another Gallipoli." The rapturous cheers from the crowd indicate a new era of Australian politics has begun. Where it'll end, the world can only begin to speculate. We stake our own path. We stake our own path. Yeah, we stake our own path. So I said that right, ladies and gentlemen. See, I'm not that dumb. Oh, these guys are 100? Well, that's pretty cool. So we can't get the silent workhorse, but we can get the smooth talking charmer. So I like how these are more dictated by what we do and who we support. So it's interesting. Well, it's definitely interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to you, ladies and gentlemen, but it's definitely interesting to me. So I am ready to deal with that. We've got mechanical computing. That's pretty fucking quick. Reinforcement rate would be nice, but I think what I'm going to do is get my artillery a bit better. Yeah, we'll get our artillery a bit better. So we still have the Commonwealth for now. The UK is probably not going to be too happy with us. Let's have a look. They don't seem to mind the fact that we said never another Gallipoli. Admittedly, I am hurting our chance of being independent because of the fact, yeah, Overlord Lend-Lease. So it's not the best. But I wanted free supplies, and I stand by that, actually. The free supplies has helped us outfit our men completely, and will now allow us to destroy Siam. While ever growing closer to supporting the Centre Party. So we have to get the autonomy progress over 55%, which is good. Or interesting in my opinion. So we're going to probably work on the military factories and infrastructure. And maybe we'll do the traditional military training, or the RAF. The Royal Australian Air Force. So, yeah, we've got loads of stuff. We've got loads of stuff we can focus on. It's, if anything, we've got loads of few ways to do. So we've abandoned the Westminster system. 3 more focuses. We can actually do continuous ones. So I'm actually going to additional militia training, so I can get some experience and change my stuff. Much of our militia is unfit for service, either sick or under-equipped. We are taking steps to remedy this oversight in a dangerous world. So I've actually already remedied the supply issue. The Hindenburg disaster. Oh, the humanity. Oh well, we've read that. I've read that numerous times. So the allies are kind of more of a problem now, and the Marco Polo Brigadiers. Oh, that is a very interesting disagreement there between China and Japan. I wonder how it's all if concessions will be made. I'm gonna guess not, because they haven't been made yet. So the end of the Spanish Civil War, great. The fascist one, that helps us. And we're now actually getting, I think, yes, we're getting every month we gain extra, well, like, or every day, and shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that. I forgot there is a fire test on Wednesdays. Or Wednesdays, whatever. I just took a drink, so my speech is going to be fucked. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we are going to unfortunately have to end this part here. I hope you guys have heard. I'll see you guys next part. See you guys then.